The Dark Coven has reached unprecedented levels of rage as they discover their most powerful rituals, and spells have failed to alter your divine trajectory. They've exhausted every forbidden incantation and sacrificed countless resources in desperate attempts to derail your path, only to watch in horror as your destiny unfolds exactly as the cosmos ordained. What they refuse to accept but cannot deny is that your fate was sealed by higher powers long before their coven even formed, written in celestial ink that no earthly magic can erase. Your ascension isn't just inevitable, it's divinely fated, cosmically protected, and completely beyond their ability to influence, no matter how furious they become. The dark forces gathering against you right now are seething with frustration. They huddle in shadows, muttering ancient curses, burning black candles, and yet, they cannot alter what the stars have decreed for you. They're impotent. Rage grows with each passing day as they witness your unstoppable ascension. Make no mistake, the universe has marked you, chosen you, selected you specifically for greatness beyond mortal comprehension. The signs have been there since birth, that unexplainable knowing, that sense of being different, that burning in your soul that whispers, there is more. While others sleepwalk through existence, your eyes have been forced open. While others accept mediocrity, your spirit rebels against the ordinary. This is not by chance. This was written long before you drew your first breath. The celestial bodies align uniquely for your journey. Cosmic gateways that remain sealed for most swing wide open at your approach. The very fabric of reality bends to accommodate your passage through dimensions others cannot perceive. Your name echoes through ethereal halls where destinies are forged and fates are sealed. Each morning when you rise, unseen forces take notice. Each night when you dream, your soul travels to councils where ancient entities discuss your progress. You are never truly alone. Watched always by eyes that see your magnificent potential unfolding according to divine schedule. They watch you, they study your movements, they dissect your words. They've been working tirelessly behind veils of deception, thinking themselves clever, believing themselves powerful enough to derail what has been cosmically ordained. That person who smiles to your face while plotting your downfall, they know. They've sensed your power growing. That authority figure who suddenly places obstacles in your path. They fear what you're becoming. That spiritual advisor who subtly undermines your confidence. They serve darker masters than they admit. Perhaps it's a lawyer manipulating paperwork against you. Perhaps it's a so-called friend poisoning others against you with whispered lies. Perhaps it's someone wearing a uniform or holding a title, abusing their position to block your progress. Look around. Who seems unusually interested in your failures? Who seems suspiciously relieved when you struggle? Who offers help that somehow leaves you weaker? They are desperate. Because despite their schemes, despite their rituals, despite their collective efforts, you keep rising. They expected you broken by now, defeated, surrendered. Instead, you stand taller each day, burning, brighter with each attempt to extinguish your light. And this infuriates them to their core, because they've finally realized the terrifying truth. They cannot rewrite your story. Your success isn't just possible, it's fated, written in cosmic ink that cannot be erased by mortal hands or dark magic. Their midnight gatherings grow more frantic, their offerings more extreme, their prayers to shadow entities more desperate. With trembling hands, they cast bones and red omens, seeking any weakness in your cosmic armor. Finding none, they turn to darker arts, blood rituals in moonless nights, ancestral curses whispered into animal skulls, contracts signed with entities they barely understand, all for nothing. Every psychic attack they launch dissolves upon contact with your aura. Every curse they craft boomerangs back with triple force. Every trap they set captures only their own essence. Your enemies have become so fixated on destroying you that they fail to notice their own steady destruction, their energy depleting, their connections fracturing, their powers diminishing with each failed attempt. That gut feeling that saved you countless times. That voice that whispers warnings in your ear. That instinct that pulls you towards certain people and pushes you away from others. This is no ordinary intuition. This is a celestial gift forged through the fires of your past battles, tempered by every betrayal you've endured, sharpened by every obstacle you've overcome. The Dark Coven thought they could cloud your vision. They deployed confusion spells, sent misleading signs, created elaborate illusions. Yet your soul sees through every deception they craft. Your third eye pierces veils that stop others cold. You weren't just raised in difficulty, you were raised in a war zone. While others learned comfortable lessons in safety, you learned to detect danger in the slightest shift of energy. You learned to recognize lies in the smallest inconsistencies. You developed senses others cannot comprehend, because your survival demanded nothing less. The dark forces assumed you were easy prey, someone they could manipulate and drain at will. Instead, you've become their most terrifying adversary. Because unlike others they've encountered, you see them. You recognize their movements. Your spiritual radar detects their approach long before they strike. And this gift? This cannot be stolen, cannot be diminished, cannot be corrupted. It grows stronger with each attempt to undermine it. Your psychic abilities expand in ways that astonish even celestial observers. Dreams that reveal enemy strategies in perfect detail. Sudden knowing that guides you safely around ambushes. Visions that preview approaching opportunities moments before they manifest. Even your physical senses have heightened, smelling energy shifts, tasting deceit in the air, feeling ripples in reality that others remain oblivious to. The Dark Coven attempted to penetrate your dreams, only to find themselves trapped in your constructs, interrogated by your subconscious guardians, expelled with warnings seared into their astral forms. They tried to plant false synchronicities, only to discover you can distinguish authentic cosmic signals from manufactured imposters with unfailing accuracy. What they fail to understand is that your intuitive powers aren't simply personal talents. They're universal forces working through your unique vessel. Your intuition doesn't belong solely to you. It's the cosmos itself communicating through your perfectly calibrated internal systems. While they plot against you in what they believe is the present, you've already quantum leaped beyond their reach. The timeline they're operating on is obsolete. The version of you they're targeting no longer exists. Feel that acceleration in your life, that sense that everything is suddenly moving at dizzying speed, old cycles dissolving before your eyes, ancient patterns breaking apart like shattered glass. This is no ordinary change. This is a cosmic timeline shift. You are breaking free from loops that have held you captive for lifetimes, jumping frequencies at a rate that defies spiritual physics. A significant celestial shift approaches. As the cosmic wheels turn, a parallel transformation occurs in your spiritual reality. What seems like a simple passage of time on earthly planes represents a massive dimensional jump in the universe's plans for you. The Dark Coven remains oblivious, casting spells on a phantom version of your reality. By the time they realize you've transcended their frequency, it will be too late. This transition cannot be reversed. The portal you've stepped through cannot be reopened. The timeline you've entered cannot be accessed by those who wish you harm. You've outpaced their magic, outmaneuvered their strategy, outgrown their ability to contain you. What appears as normal days to others are actually quantum gateways for you. Each sunrise presents an opportunity to step further into parallel dimensions, where your power magnifies exponentially. Each sunset seals your progress, making it impossible for enemies to drag you backward into outdated timelines where their influence was stronger. The spiritual technology you access unconsciously surpasses anything they've encountered. Your soul contains codes that automatically upgrade your energetic operating system while they remain trapped in outdated spiritual software. Your very DNA is restructuring, activating dormant strands that connect you directly to source energy, allowing you to draw power from cosmic batteries they cannot even perceive. Most terrifying for them, you're not alone in this acceleration. Across the globe, others with similar markings are awakening simultaneously, creating a network of light too vast for any dark coven to combat. You feel these kindred spirits in dreams, in meditation, in random moments of profound connection. This collective rising creates earthquake-like disruptions in lower frequencies where dark forces operate. Look, the system's been rigged from day one, and if you've got your eyes open, you can feel it. The walls are closing in, so let's get real about what we're doing. Living paycheck to paycheck, at the mercy of the market? That's a game built for you to lose. They own the land, the profits, the rules, and they keep you distracted while they stack the deck. But we don't beg the house for scraps. We build our own table. Yes, the Obsidian Inner Order has paywalls, because it takes real fuel to wage war against the machine. Those who stand with us, who keep this mission alive, they give us the firepower to push deeper, see further, and strike where it counts. And for that, they get exclusive access, a live 1-hour weekly group tarot reading, delivering guidance, clarity, and insight straight from the universe's source code. But here's the deal, kicking someone when they're already down, that ain't our style. Starting today, you can steal the Astral Atom exclusive daily newsletter for free. No paywall, no strings. Just jump into the free tier of our Patreon, link in the description. This is more than just us talking at you. This is a two-way channel. Reply to any email. We'll read it, we'll hear you, and we'll get you an answer from the universe itself. If you can support, we need you in the fight. If you can't, take what's free and sharpen your mind. The Obsidian Inner Order is open. Now, let's get back to work. As their control slips, their tactics become increasingly obvious and desperate. Have you noticed someone suddenly copying your exact energy, mimicking your words, adopting your style, claiming your ideas as their own? This is no flattery. This is a last-ditch attempt to steal your essence, to siphon the power they cannot naturally possess. To wear your spiritual skin like a costume, their arsenals are depleted, so they've resorted to chaos magic, throwing random obstacles in your path, hoping anything will slow your momentum. They spread gossip through whisper networks. They manipulate social media algorithms against you. They attempt to rewrite your narrative in the minds of others. That false authority figure has become central to their plans. Perhaps someone wearing the disguise of legal expertise, spiritual guidance, or official position. But look closely at their eyes. See how the confidence wavers. Notice how their voice lacks conviction. They know they're losing their grip on this situation. Remember the never-ending story. How the nothing consumed everything in its path. They tried to cast you as a victim in that tale, trapped in endless cycles of loss and renewal. But the story has reversed itself. Now they are being consumed by the very void they created. They are trapped in the loop while you walk free. Their most talented psychics report disturbing visions, unable to locate your energy signature in any of the usual dimensions. Their most powerful seers return from trance states, shaking and disoriented, speaking of blinding light where your future should be visible. Their most accurate diviners throw cards, bones, and runes that form impossible patterns when your name is spoken. The technological surveillance they deployed crashes mysteriously whenever it focuses too long on your activities. The spiritual traps they set remain empty or capture entities they never intended to summon. The energetic parasites they sent to drain you return malnourished and weakened, unable to extract even the smallest drop of your life force. In boardrooms and backrooms, in temples and tunnels, in digital spaces and dream realms, your enemies hold emergency councils. Fingers point in blame, alliances fracture under pressure, hierarchies collapse as lower-ranking members question the competence of their leaders. Resources dwindle as backers withdraw support from what increasingly appears to be a doomed campaign against the inevitable. Something approaches on your horizon that makes the Dark Coven tremble. A divinely orchestrated moment that cannot be prevented. Perhaps it's a partnership that will multiply your power exponentially. Perhaps it's a career breakthrough that launches you beyond their reach. Perhaps it's a meeting with someone who holds the missing piece to your spiritual puzzle. Whatever form it takes, know this: the universe is bringing you into alignment with others who carry similar cosmic markings. People who are equally chosen, equally powerful, equally fated for extraordinary paths. Someone in the shadows is panicking as they observe the pieces falling into place. They see the dominoes of destiny lining up perfectly. They recognize the unmistakable pattern of divine intervention unfolding before their eyes, and they know, with crushing certainty, that they cannot stop what comes next. You are about to step into your rightful position. The throne that has awaited you through lifetimes stands ready. The crown that belongs on your head gleams in anticipation. The power that is your birthright surges toward your outstretched hands. Nothing can prevent this coronation. Not dark, magic, not human interference, not even your own doubts. The celestial mechanics supporting this moment have been in motion for centuries. Stars have adjusted their positions incrementally. Galactic forces have bent their trajectories specifically. Cosmic particles have rearranged their patterns precisely, all to create this perfect convergence that delivers you to your destiny. The Dark Coven can sense this massive celestial machinery at work, but lacks the spiritual technology to interfere with operations of this magnitude. They're attempting to stop a tsunami with a paper fan, trying to halt a planetary alignment with a candle, seeking to override universal law with elementary school magic. In their most private moments, your enemies have begun preparing for the aftermath. Some already flee, hoping to establish sufficient distance before your full power activates. Others frantically negotiate, seeking amnesty for their actions against you. The wisest among them have already switched allegiances, secretly aligning their energies with your ascension, hoping their early recognition of your inevitable triumph might spare them from consequences. Before your complete triumph, expect one last pathetic offensive. A betrayal that fails to wound you as deeply as intended. A legal entanglement that dissolves upon closer examination. A spiritual attack that bounces off your strengthened aura. They've attempted to manipulate laws against you, perhaps filing paperwork, making false claims, twisting regulations to their advantage. But their own deception contains the seeds of its undoing. The very systems they try to use as weapons are turning against them, exposing their manipulations to the light. That person who desperately wanted to keep you powerless, small, and dependent, their mask is slipping in public view. Their true nature becomes visible to everyone, not just to your heightened senses. Their reputation unravels thread by thread before a shocked audience. Most satisfying of all, the Dark Coven itself fractures from within. United only by their opposition to your rise, they now turn on each other as their failures mount. Their own spells backfire spectacularly, catching them in webs meant for you. Their alliances crumble under the weight of mutual blame and suspicion. They thought themselves masters of darkness, but failed to consider that shadows cannot exist without light. And your light exposes everything they tried to hide, the cosmic. Humor in this situation cannot be overlooked. Everything they deployed against you becomes the exact catalyst for your greater expansion. Every obstacle they placed in your path becomes the precise stepping stone you needed. Every attack they launched becomes the specific stimulus required to activate dormant abilities within you. Their most elaborate plan, years in the making, requiring countless resources and rare ingredients, involving dozens of participants in precise formation, fizzles out in an almost comical display of impotence. Specialized tools break at crucial moments. Key participants forget essential words. Carefully timed astronomical alignments are obscured by unexpected cloud formations that appear literally out of nowhere. The universe itself seems to be laughing at their efforts. Nature conspires to protect you. Animals warn you of danger. Plants offer unexpected healing. Elements respond to your unconscious commands. Even technology bends unusually in your favor. devices working beyond their capacity, connections establishing against impossible odds, information arriving through inexplicable channels exactly when needed. While you sleep, while you move through your day, legions of unseen forces stand guard around you. Angels with flaming swords, ancestors whose blood runs strong in your veins, divine entities drawn to your unique spiritual signature. Feel them when you enter rooms and the energy shifts. Notice them when coincidences align too perfectly to be chance. Recognize their presence when you survive what should have destroyed you. Someone connected to your soul, perhaps someone you've never met in this lifetime, is working powerful light magic as a shield around you. Their prayers create barriers that dark energies cannot penetrate. Their rituals of protection blanket you in divine light. The spiritual war that raged around you has already reached its conclusion, though echoes of the battle still resound. Victory was declared in realms beyond mortal perception. The outcome was decided before the final moves were played on this earthly board. No weapon formed against you shall prosper, not curses whispered in darkened rooms, not poison administered through false friendship, not legal traps set with malicious intent, not reputation-destroying lies spread through digital channels. Everything launched against you returns to its sender multiplied. Every pit dug for you becomes their own grave. Every chain forged for you becomes their binding restraint. The magnitude of forces assigned to your protection exceeds what is allocated to most souls. Specialized guardian angels with specific expertise relevant to your mission. Spirit guides with rare knowledge precisely matched to your path. Ancestral protectors whose warrior skills have been perfected across centuries. This extraordinary security detail wasn't assigned by chance. It reflects your importance in the greater cosmic plan. The universe doesn't deploy top-tier protection for minor players. These elite spiritual forces surround you because your role is central to evolutionary shifts currently underway on Earth. Your enemies sense this divine security, but consistently underestimate its power. They probe for weaknesses, finding none. They attempt to create distractions, only to discover your protection operates autonomously from your conscious attention. They try to attack during vulnerable moments, only to encounter secondary and tertiary defense systems that activate automatically. Most formidable of all, your protection evolves constantly. What worked against others fails against you because your spiritual security updates itself in real time, learning from each attempt, closing loopholes before they can be exploited, advancing its capabilities beyond what any dark force can comprehend. You were born to shine with magnificent blinding brilliance. The light encoded in your DNA activates now, illuminating everything around you, making you impossible to ignore, impossible to diminish, impossible to forget. Your enemies are exhausted from their failed campaign against you, their resources depleted, their energy drained, their options eliminated, their spirits broken by repeated defeat. They watch from the sidelines, powerless, as you claim what was always meant to be yours. The success approaching you isn't modest or incremental. It's massive and undeniable. Love that fulfills your soul's deepest longings. Abundance that ends financial concerns permanently. Elevation to positions that match your true capabilities. Divine alignment that brings profound peace amid extraordinary achievement. They will witness your ascension. They will observe your celebration. They will see everything they tried to prevent unfold before their eyes, but they cannot touch it, cannot taint it, cannot diminish it in any way. The decree has been signed by cosmic authorities beyond their reach. Your path has been cleared by forces they cannot comprehend. Your triumph has been written in the stars, sealed by divine hand, and delivered to this precise moment in time. Your fate cannot be altered. Your destiny cannot be denied. Your ascension cannot be stopped. The dark Coven rages in impotent fury, but the universe simply laughs. Because what has been written for you transcends their small, limited powers. This victory extends beyond personal triumph. Your ascension creates ripple effects that benefit countless others. Doors you open remain accessible to those who follow. Barriers you break down stay demolished for future travelers. Light you generate illuminates paths for souls you may never meet. Understand this crucial truth. You weren't chosen for ease, but for impact. The challenges you faced were never punishments, but preparations. The hardships you endured weren't cruel accidents, but careful calibrations. Everything was designed to forge you into the precise instrument needed for this momentous time. As you step fully into your power, expect reality to respond dramatically. Manifestations accelerate to near-instant materialization. Synchronicities multiply beyond coincidence into constant confirmation. Abundance flows not in trickles but in tidal waves. Connections form not by careful cultivation but by magnetic inevitability. The universe whispers your name with reverence. The elements respond to your presence with celebration. Time itself bends accommodatingly around your movements. Reality reshapes itself to support your vision. Step into your greatness now. It has been waiting for you since the dawn of time.